What is this? This is flubber. Flubber is science. I make my flubber with borax, glue, and hot water. You can also make it with equal parts of liquid starch and glue. It doesn't matter how you make it, regardless. It is also a non-Newtonian fluid, which is by definition a suspension, which is by definition any substance that has the properties of a solid and a liquid at the same time. Ooh. So are you playing with the flubber, or are you investigating the properties of a non-Newtonian fluid? Depends on how much wolf infestation you have. Quite honestly, I don't know where y'all are. Somebody here might need to link everything back to a wolf word. Somebody, as long as the kids go home with all their parts, everybody's happy. So that's nice. You can blow bubbles with flubber. It makes fart sounds too, but you can't. You just need to know that. You can't all be like, oh, because the kids are like, oh, it sounds like you farted. And then you're all like, we don't fart here. That's called lying. If you work in a full day, all day program, you know what I'm talking about. They fart all during nap. One time, I haven't told this story in a while. I have one fart story, I'm going to tell it to you. One time, I got to put it down. And it's kind of science related, so it fits. I was making, if you boil a purple cabbage, it'll release the purple juice, and we call it an indicator liquid. Does anybody know the experiment I'm talking about? Oftentimes they'll do it in older like elementary school classrooms, but my 4s and 5s one year were really into science. So anyway, so boiling the purple cabbage. In order to get the purple liquid, the idea then, if you're not familiar with it, is that you're going to put the purple liquid into small clear cups, and then you're going to add other ingredients to see if it turns blue, and then the one thing you added is the base, and if it turns, gets more purple, then of course it's an acid, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're boiling. You ever smell the cooking, boiling purple cabbage? It's not the prettiest smell. It's kind of stinky. And everybody walking by was like, oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I go, shh. It was not bothering the children at all. It was only bothering the adults. Mackenzie walks in. My Mackenzie, the Mackenzie. She walks in and she does this. What is that delicious smell? Right? And you have to be so poker faced about it, because you can't be like, ew, nasty. You're like, well, it's cabbage. And she said, quite innocently, she said, is that something you can eat? And I was at a crossroads right there, because it's like science or snack, or science or snack. And I said, yeah, you can eat it. And she said, I'd like to try some. Okay, I'm not going to deny this, right? So we cut her a little bit. She's eating it. It was all cooked up already. She was like, nom, 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 nom. And of course, if Mackenzie pronounces something as tasty, right? So they ate the entire head of cabbage. And then it was nap time. That's all you gotta say. If you're laughing, I know you've worked in that room at some point. The smell was foul. Foul. We had the windows open. We had the fans going. People walking by were like, what died in here? Oh, it was just brutal. So of course, after nap, they were like, let's do it again. We want to do that again. I'm like, well, you ate it all. We need to plan doing it again. And we did do it about 2 weeks later, but I did it right before the whole time.